Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the NBA Pick Show on the LineStar YouTube channel. Alongside Tyler Wiemann, I'm Shannon Sommerville, and I'm feeling great today, Tyler, because 25x yesterday on the ladder that we gave out. So we get to start off today's show with a nice little money gun celebration. Let's get it poppin'. By the way, if you haven't checked out Underdog yet, go ahead and do so. Use the promo code LineStar when you do, so you get a deposit match plus 1 free month of the LineStar app. But that laddering contest is a fun way to play some of our picks, so we highly recommend doing so. So recapping our big win yesterday, pretty awesome. Our ladder was Jarrett Allen points, Buddy Hield points, and Max Strus points, and they all had 20 plus, so they all reached that third final rung of the ladder. I was definitely pretty hyped about that one. Turned $10 into $250. Tyler, I think you got $1,000 off of that. So congrats to all of those people who tailed us on that one. That was definitely a fun win for us. So let's see if we can't run it back here with our laddering, but also our extender picks. The only pick that didn't hit for us yesterday was that Kevon Looney under 7.5 PRA. Just got there with 8 on the over. So unfortunately, that one didn't cash that extender pick. Remember, all of these promos are available on Underdog right now. The extender for game 2s are going to be 60, or I believe 50%. And then for game 3, that'll go up to a 60% boost. So make sure to take advantage of those deals as you guys are playing in your pick'em contests. And do us a huge favor. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. Hey, especially if you took part in that 25x takedown yesterday on those ladders, please give us a like, subscribe. Also, make sure to sign up for notifications so you know when we come out with new videos every day. But the key is to definitely sign up for those notifications, and then also comment below, because it does enter you into our prop bets contests. We're going to give you our 2 picks for the extender promo. If we go 2 for 2, one randomly selected commenter wins $20. Got to be in it to win it. All right, Tyler, how are you feeling? I feel like that was a pretty awesome victory last night. What are your thoughts on we got to do a little victory lap today, right?
When you go 25x, you definitely have something to smile about.
That's for sure. Let's hope we have something to smile about tonight. Of course, we've got 2 games on the docket for tonight. The Knicks taking on the Celtics in game 2. And then we've also got the Denver Nuggets going up against OKC, another game 2. Both road teams are 1-0 in the series. So an interesting matchup yet again. So let's get to our picks, shall we? We're going to start things off with our extender promo. So here are the picks that we are going with for that. We're going to start things off with Celtics, Jayson Tatum, and kind of run it back to a pick that we gave out earlier this week. However, I think Tatum is going to cash this time. Due for a bounce back, higher than 27.5 points. LineStar's projection, 32.8. Listen, just 23 points last game for him, but he was 7 for 23 and 4 for 15 from 3. I think he's due for a bounce back here. And he's had 30 or more points in the previous 3 games versus Orlando. I'm definitely thinking Tatum bounces back today. Tyler, any thoughts on your thoughts about Tatum?
Yeah, and he's had 37 and 40 this year versus the Knicks. He can definitely do it versus the Knicks. And I like the spot. 27.5 is a little lower than it was last time, too. He was at 28.5 last time, I believe. So getting a little discount, and he shot poorly, so I like it.
And a big criticism of the Celtics in general was the fact that they were just settling for threes in the second half after they had accumulated a 20-point lead. And I don't think you're going to see them repeat that mistake 2 times in a row. More efficient shots. I like Tatum's spot for tonight. And on the flip side, running it back to the guy who cashed for us last game, which was Josh Hart, higher on 20.5 points and rebounds. LineStar's projection, 23.2. He got to 25 last game. He's been over this for the last 5 games versus the Celtics this season, averaging 21.2 points and rebounds per game in the playoffs. Josh Hart is all-out effort at all times and can definitely get there on the rebounds for us. I like combining these two because Hart can kind of go off in either category, specifically against the Celtics, who seem to not be too worried about him. He's not as great of a shooter as some of his teammates, so they kind of like let him go a little bit. But that creates a lot of opportunity for him. So if he's able to knock down shots, he can get there on the point side of things as well. What do you think?
Last game was his third straight game versus the Celtics with 11 rebounds.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, he rebounds very well off them. And like you said, he should have open opportunities. So I like the spot.
All right, so let's throw those two on an entry again on Underdog. Use that extender promo that's listed in Underdog so you can take advantage of that, get a little bit more bang for your buck on that payout. All right, now it is time to ladder it up, Tyler. I mean, we've been crushing it. 25x yesterday. See if we can't run it back today. I thought we did a great job yesterday of really focusing on players who could really like go off in the right setting, and it just worked out for us yesterday. So today, kind of trying to dial into a couple different scenarios here. The first being Kristaps Porzingis. The sportsbook line for his points total is at 12.5. LineStar's projection doesn't like it as much, but I also think maybe it's a bit lower due to the fact that he's missed a little bit with illness. He's been dealing with this illness for a while, so he didn't get there on minutes last game. He had to leave the game early because of it. But KP is a guy who's absolutely torched the Knicks in the past, and for a good reason. I think he's trying to take it to the Knicks every time he can after being booed on NBA draft night when he was drafted by the Knicks, Tyler, back in 2015. So there's a little revenge spot as well. But KP, regardless, I think is in a good situation if he is healthy, which is the caveat here. What is your take?
Well, on his health, yesterday news came out that he's likely to suit up. So he should probably be, back and healthy in this spot. So I think he plays big minutes. Like you said, he's beat them before. He's done it this year. And on our team defense tool, there is a little bump up for 3 points for the center position versus the Knicks. This is a man that can fill the basket from 3. If he gets hot from 3, I think that 25x tier is fully on board for him.
Absolutely. He had 8 threes against the Knicks in their regular season finale. So he can absolutely torch the Knicks, as I mentioned. So I like the value there that we're getting for a guy that can absolutely go off. And that's kind of what we're trying to do with these ladder picks. Next up, let's go to Aaron Gordon. Line for him is 16.5 points for the laddering. Start a bit lower, but we're trying to get to those awesome blow up performances. LineStar's projection is 21.5. Tyler, what's your assessment of Gordon's output tonight on points against a tough OKC defense?
And I think the 16.5 line is his 3x line.
Okay.
The 1x is 12.5.
Gotcha.
Just like I think Porzingis, right?
Yeah, I just listed the sports books.
Yeah.
So if people wanted to bet them in the sports books, you can as well. But yeah, that KP line is 12.5 for that first rung of the ladder. Aaron Gordon is 13 for that first rung of the ladder.
Look, our LineStar projections 21.5. The consensus is 17.5. Both are showing to the over here. He's averaging 19.5 over the last 20 games. Over the last 5 games, he's playing 39 minutes a night, and OKC is allowing 17.9 to the power forward spot. So I think there's a lot of things going in Aaron Gordon's favor. Then there's another one that Michael Porter Jr. has been dealing with a shoulder injury. They cut his minutes big time last time just because he wasn't playing well. So I think the most likely situation is Aaron Gordon is out there a ton, and he's scoring 18 to 20 points. That 25x line is 25 points. So, I mean, his most likely scenario isn't too far away from that high tier line. So I like the spot, and I think the 16.5 is just a little bit of low for what he's bringing and in this spot.
All right. Well, let's keep it with that game because of the 2 games tonight, that Denver OKC game is the higher total here at 229.5 compared to Knicks Boston 211. So we're going to go with Chet Holmgren on the Thunder side of things. Over 15.5 points is what you're going to get in the sports books, but on our laddering, just got to get to 12.5 for that first rung, and then goes up to 16 and 24 which is something that he can do, especially against a Denver team that ranks 24th in points allowed in the paint over the course of the season. He has scored 20 or more in 2 of the 5 playoff games. He's been higher than that 15.5 mark 3 times and averaging 17.9 in the playoffs. Didn't have a great game last game, but I think he bounces back. How about you?
Yeah, I agree. And this Denver's team's allowing 17.8 to the power forward. He has done it versus Denver before. He hit 25 in their first game this season against them. And then last year, he was, always right around 20 points versus Denver. So I think there's absolutely the path to the big game from Holmgren. And honestly, they're going to need to have somebody else step up other than SGA. SGA just cannot will this team on his own in the playoffs to victory.
Yeah. Got to make those foul shots too, Chet Holmgren. So hopefully he does that and helps us get there on our ladder. Once again, here is a look at our laddering for tonight. KP, Aaron Gordon, and Chet Holmgren all need to go off for us tonight so we can hopefully get that 25x mark just like we did last night. Let us know what you're rolling with in picks for today. Remember, we're all trying to beat the book. So if you've got any locks for us, drop them in the comments below and help each other out. Also, do us a favor, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment below. Tyler, hopefully we can ladder it up just like a firefighter getting a little cat out of a tree. Just, up the rungs of the ladder. Let's do it. Once again, back to back. Here we go. Good luck, everybody. We'll see you guys tomorrow.